Not to be dramatic or anything like that, but I do think that if you have something, if you have like a thing that runs on startup, like an application, I feel like the company needs to pay you. Like that, you should be getting money for them sending, for them having their application start up at the beginning of you opening up your computer. All of them, regardless of what it is that they do. You should get a little bit of money every single time. I'm gonna play Sorcery. I'm gonna play Sorcery today. I have no idea what this fucking game is. Let me get all this bullshit set up. I no, the game is getting feisty with me. Hold on a second. Capture a specific window. Capture. Let's try. Come on. Come on, Streamlabs, you can do it. I say yo! Come on, Streamlabs. Come on, girly. Come on, girly, you can do it. Why the fuck is Outlook open? On my home computer. I shall not be subject to Outlook on my home computer. Ah! Taking up the valuable space that my fucking sickly old man computer can fucking run on it. The hamster that lives inside my computer that runs on the little wheel that makes it go is fucking dying. Okay, hold on a second. We're just gonna have to, well, that's not right. Try again. There we go. Well, now what the hell? Did I pick... Ah! You have walked the wilds of Kakaba through Kare and the spiteful backlands, all the way into Mampang. You have survived traps and thieves and serpents and vengeful gods and fucking loud as hell fucking video games. Oh, hi, Despair. Sorry, is there a mode? Is there a mode? This is loud, right? It's fucking loud as hell. Is this less? It's still fucking loud as hell for me. I just changed it in Streamlabs. Is it hearable now? I'm confused. You're confused? I've never seen the start of this game. Neither. It is said The Crown. I've only ever seen part 2. Oh, I guess this is part 1. Yes. Hi, Despair. Also, this is a fucking... Sorry, we have to get through this really fast. I'll explain it after we get through this. It's so fucking loud. Video games need a volume slider at the beginning. At the beginning of the game. It is said the crown was never forged, only found by Chalana, the reformer, a lowly foot soldier who became emperor of the eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. Turn it up? I need you to understand I've never heard anything louder than what I'm hearing right now. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hands, you will be as powerful as Chalana. Chalana. Yeah. The goblins are arming, the giants are waking, and the birdmen are carving cruel daggers from stone? Hmm. 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 Only the birdmen, though, huh? None of the human races are doing that, Oh, okay. I see how it is. War will come, but you will prevent it. But then the image of the crown begins to flicker. You rush forwards. It's a trap. Racist. I know. And startle yourself awake. You are alone, exhausted, in the little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. Damn. I don't know if I think I picked a woman also when I meant to pick a man at the beginning of this because the game scared me. The game scared me into deciding on a gender. Which is how it happens in real life too. Steve Jackson, sorcery! Exclamation point. The Shamuntani heals. Oh, I'm a man! Ugh. Okay. Alright. Click on your character to continue. It is sunrise, you dressed, breakfast on bread and goat's milk, and collect the pack and sword from beside your bed. I'm just gonna leave the hut. I'm not. Boo! Should I go back and be a woman? I do hate being a man. So maybe, we're still at the beginning. Not any kind of volume setting I'm noticing. There's just make noise. There's a make noise button and nothing. And nothing else. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to be a woman, please. Look, I don't have anything against being a man, I hate it, though. Look how cool she looks, and look how fucking boring he looks. This is like the most boring nothing man, and she looks fucking cool as hell. I don't know what you mean by the reactions. I don't know what that is. It doesn't cause anything to happen on screen, and it's not like I get a report afterwards. You just keep saying that I get that you were reacting, and then you're hitting a button that is causing you to react, but I don't know what that means. Oh god, the horns! It's supposed to give you a summary afterwards? Yeah, probably. Oh god, it's so loud. Why would they make video games should not be loud. They should be quiet. Yeah, we went through this already. We went through this when you oh, the crown of kings. Alright, I'm gonna really need your help to figure out how loud this fucking game is supposed to be, by the way, because I really have no clue at all. Very Star Wars-y kind of music. Okay, little prince, don't say that. It sounds normally loud. You are so unhelpful, it's actually unbelievable. I think I'm gonna hit you in the head with a rake. Normally loud. Panther. A lot of stuff happening on the screen here. 0 gold, 0 rations, 20 out of 20 stamina. It sounds fine. That's so good. Alright, we're back at the beginning. Okay, hear me. Hear what I have to say. I hear nothing of you. You are to me a dog. You are to me a dog. Sorry, that's one of the crazier things I've said today. Alright, anyways, test the blade. You pause to test the blade against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Damn. I didn't say that. I tested on something else, on some paper or like something else. I don't know. I'm not gonna pray. I don't pray for nothing. Don't pray for no gods. Time then to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. You have to think it through. Draw a path to the flag. Oh. Oh! Ooh! Fun! Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great Shamuntani wall. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. Greet them, I'm a friendly lass. Whoa, this guy's cool as hell. Hold on a second. You turn to them and bow. Some smile in reply, but are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. Okay. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you to be cursed. Well, the man is waiting on a path to the Kantompani Gate, the final doorway between Analand and the wilds of Kahabad. Hey, Rhiannon, when you suggested this game for me to play, was this a test of my willpower and my ability to pronounce fantasy names, you fucking son of a bitch? It's totally up to you to go where you want to achieve your goal, by the way. This is also important. You recognize the sergeant of the Sightmaster Warriors. He holds out his hand. This guy's fucking sick as hell looking. Look at this shit. Alright, cool. Greetings, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with 2 fingers. You are almost ready, my lady. He says, I have for you a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. Okay. Now we come to a critical decision. Am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? We come along the path to such a critical decision. How good am I going to be in this playthrough? This is a pretty... I'll take... You know what? I mean... I'll take half. I'll take half. I don't need all this. You take the bag and count out half the coins and return the rest. The king will need them should I fail, you declare. You choose a harder path, but I respect you for it, the Sightmaster replies. You must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you, and should you wish to practice your swordplay, I will go one last round with you. And he points with his staff towards the training grounds. Before you pick, let me give you some advice. Well, you're free to give your advice even now. Yeah, let me go collect my spellbook, the most important thing I can fucking think of. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from the doorway. That doesn't have anything to do with magic. It just has to do with the fact that the chief mage fucking smells like shit. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in the different locations in the hills and beyond. Do without the book? No, go inside. Jesus, obviously. You lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks up to you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? No, please tell me. Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars. The spell Zap, for example, is made by aligning Zarathustra, Aegis, and Peony. Well, that's not important. What matters is what the spell is called and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning. Hot will create a fireball. Fifth will create a force field around you. Shall I continue? Tell me more. The mage nods. The last spell is performed with little Aegis and wings. It allows you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. Well, it's quite different and uses different stars. The order matters, you see. Wow creates an invisible barrier. You'll find the rest in the book. He adds, tapping the leather-bound volume. Thank you. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that don't will not work without a focus. An item of some kind. You need to read the book to know what. Well, don't worry. This guy's never gonna show up ever again. Sometimes it will give you options purely to have the option and not because there is a right one. That's good. I like to have options that don't really have a good or a bad. Like, sometimes good or bad things happen in life and there's no consequences for choosing one or the other besides your own sort of internal morality. I like the idea that this character that I'm playing has chosen to take only half of the gold that this little village needs. Sometimes you only do good things in life and sometimes only bad stuff happens to you. I know this as someone who suffers daily. I eternally suffer despite the fact that I'm the only morally pure being. Let's take a look at some of the spells. This volume contains the 48 spells of high craft, as discovered and passed down from generation to generation of sorcerers. From the earliest days of the Eastern world. Nonsense. Pink drink, huh? Oh yeah, this... Oh, we're pinked out, baby. Pink shirt. Pink pants. Pink drink. Pink, Pink, oh, pink. Pink. Each spell is formed of 3 letters, and each spell will take energy to cast. Furthermore, some spells will fail without the use of a particular item or focus. Zap! Fluff! Law! Dum! Hot! Wow! Ooh. What's the difference between Fuff and Wall? A powerful physical barrier. People versus objects. Oh. Oh, creatures. I think that human beings are creatures. Casting this spell at a non-intelligent attacking creature allows the caster to take control of the attacker's will. The attack will cease and the creature will immediately come under the control of the caster. When cast at a creature holding an object, such as a weapon, this spell will make the creature clumsy and uncoordinated. Drop the weapon, fumble to pick it up, and drop it again. Haha! Big! Inflate the body 3 times normal size to increase the power of the caster, and especially useful against larger opponents, but it must be used with caution in confined spaces. Whack! Requires 1 gold piece. Into an invisible metal shield, but the coin will be lost. Oh, cool. Dap. Used to open any locked door. Casting this spell works directly on the lock and tumbler. Oh, cool. Sorry. Sorry, I saw the word. Sorry. Oh, gob. Look, who could have possibly guessed that this 30-year-old adventure game would be subject to a meme that's already out of date by my standards? Yob. Is this Gyum? How? How? Duck. Daz. Dud. Mag. How? Dim. Fall. Light as a feather. Okay, cool. So you can do fucking anything, huh? There's a lot of shit that you can do, huh? This is crazy. Some of these... Fire water. Stone dust. Requires a gale horn. Nip. Nip. Nap. Kid. Sun. Yep. Zed. This is the most formidable spell in lore, but no one knows why. What? In all recorded history, this spell has only been cast once by a powerful necromancer from Throbin, who was never seen again. Its effects are unknown. The necromancer's notes were found, but were crazed and unclear. Treat with extreme caution. Oh boy, I'm fucking casting that spell, huh? I'm fucking casting that spell as soon as I can. Smile. Small traders in the settlement supply the Sightmaster warriors with weapons, armor, food, and clothing. You go over with the sergeant to a stall selling flatbreads and cheese. 2 gold pieces per ration, says the owner says. We can do a little bit of haggling. Do you know who I am? I'm Analan's great new hope, you tell him. The man looks uncomfortable. I know that, but I have to feed my family today, whatever happens to the crown. Well... Okay. Okay. But I'm still gonna point to this guy and say poor. You hand over your coins and the man places 2 rations carefully into your pack. You must be sure to eat every day or you will suffer. Well, okay. Yeah, that's what happens. Ibex! Why has my animal changed? The sergeant tells you, standing at your side, eating more will give you extra strength but is not necessary. Cool. I like to learn stuff. Take me to the training grounds, please. Oh, we can't see. Oh, I don't, where should I move my face to? This is the only, no, I won't move it. This is the only corner that doesn't have critical information. I'll just tell you what the animal is. It's literally just a button that says an animal. You walk with the sergeant to the training ground, and he wraps the base of his staff in leather. Ready my sword. To begin, the sergeant says, we will practice the stances. First, defend yourself against me. Defend. Choose your attack power by dragging your character sideways. To defend, stay fully left. Oh. Oh, that's kind of cool. Sightmaster is a powerful enemy. By defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sightmaster makes a light attack, saving his energy against your defense. I will now defend myself. Whatever attack you play will damage me, but a strong attack will use up more power. You should choose a weak attack. To select a weak attack, move your character a small distance to the right of the defending stance. Oh, okay. Okay, I see how this works. So, like a little jab. Bottom left or right is both good. Dry ass almond. Dry ass little almond. Let me okay, well then I think the chat box needs to go away for a little bit. Put yourself in between the middle and one of the attack bars on the bottom. Put yourself in between the middle and one of the you are psychotic to how dare you speak like that. Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. Apparently I've been hiding a lot of my head. A little bit more left. Like this. Every time you make that throat noise, I want to throw used food in your mouth like a garbage. What throat noise am I making? Am I making a throat noise? Have I been so throatful recently? Am I making a throat noise? Are you gaslighting me? Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. So like kind of like that's just going I just don't know what I'm saying a lot. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, oh. Queued up a lot of I could be moaning. Oh, I see what happened. Uh-oh. Ah, I had a ah. Well, that reset literally everything. You went off for like 15 seconds. Well, I've literally undone like literally everything. Okay, let me try literally all of this again because I was apparently selecting stuff that I couldn't even see. Damn it. Okay. Let's try again. Nope. Not even the right one. Not even the right place. This is good. Oh my god, I got it in one. Got it in one. Perfectly easy. Alright, great. We're back at it again. Okay. I'll not defend myself. He says, whatever you attack, you'll damage me, but a strong... Okay, to select a weak attack, move your character just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Jab. Oh, I see. Okay, so the number correlates to the amount of stamina that I'm using. My next attack will be weak, but you'll be able to overpower me by playing a stronger attack. Make sure your attack is stronger. How do I know my attack will be stronger than his? Oh, he's only got 3. Okay, so I just need to... Oh, okay. I see. So I just have to play 3.1. You make a medium attack over... Oh, okay, so you can either defend by just completely... Okay. So you have to kind of gamble. Okay, so if they have, like, 20, they could play anything between, like, 1 and 9. Oh, wait, but I can only play... Oh, but I can now only play, like, a percentage of the amount... I see. This is making sense now. The enemy stamina is at the top. If it reaches 0, you've won the fight. Overpowering or weak attack is easy, so you did well to win without using too much power. My next attack will be one of my strongest. If you can perform a full attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise you'd best defend yourself. For a strong attack, pull your character to the right. Okay. Oh, shit. If you think you'll be overpowered, you should play smaller attacks or defend. You have finished me. Excellent. Okay, I see. Let's continue. You seem to remember the basics, the sergeant says, breathlessly. Good. Another round? That's enough training. I get the idea of it. You shake your head. Very good. Very good. I need to bring those back into Dark Souls. The sergeant agrees. But if you wish about in earnest, then I warn you, I will not go easy on you. He indicates the wider yard, which is the space for a true match. Ooh. Put the harness on. Let's go! Well, perhaps you could have a true fight. You head over to the yard to practice a bout of real fighting. The sergeant removes the cloth padding from the base of his staff. Unsheathe my sword. This time I will not tell you my intentions. You will have to read them for yourself. Be ready! Okay, so he has 6. So if I play 6.1, I'll get him no matter what. The Sightmaster smiles at you, raises his staff in salute, and takes his position. You feel the weight of your sword, then bring it up to deliver a mighty stroke. Like a bell ringer sounding a gong, the Sightmaster comes in with a tough blow, balancing his strength and his impact, but he has misjudged your strength, and you knock him back. You've heard him. You are strong, he acknowledges. Street corner, here I come. Okay, so this shows the last amount that he did. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the impact clangs against his defending staff, and you lay only a minor wound. He grimaces with effort. He is left breathless, but not seriously hurt. He alters his grip to hold his staff more loosely. He seems to be preparing a simple jab. A chance to overpower him, perhaps? Nope, I have no stamina right now. I'm just gonna defend. You drop yourself into a crouch. His light blow sails over your head. You escape mostly uninjured. His eyes follow your shoulders. He's probably about to defend himself. You realize a strong hit would be wasteful now. Then I will defend as well. Oh. Circling each other. You hold firm and keep your defense, and he hangs back and watches you in return. Alright. A powerful blow. Haha! Oh, got that bitch! Time to attack. You sweep your sword across his body with powerful force. It is enough to finish him. The Sightmaster throws down his staff. You have me! He declares with a grin. A streetcar named Despair. The sergeant is gasping for breath. He bows to you once more. Excellent. Few women have ever bested me. Oh, few men either. Ah! You truly are Analand's best hope. As he talks, a nearby healer hurries over with a salve, and your health and the sergeant's is quickly restored. Well, he didn't really do fucking anything to me, huh? To the gate. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders. He tells you. But you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allowed that spell to be crafted. And he stands back. Cast a spell. Oh, letter. D. O. B. Now, you weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to crack and groan, or creak and groan, and then the hinges turn, with a noise like hail on a canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. Streetcar named I'm desperate. You don't even have to be human, just bipedal. Well, that's normal. I fear he is dead. The Sightmaster nods, peering at something on the horizon. I believe he is returning, but transformed. I hope you do not meet the same fate. He stands back from you. Enter the gate. Together, you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word, he declares. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. Watching from where? From here. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible power of telescopic vision. You cannot help but to wonder how far he can see. Oh, I didn't think that he was talking literally. I kind of thought that he just meant, like... I thought that was sort of like a metaphorical thing. Like, they'll be watching, like, in spirit, or, like, they'll be seeing my deeds and my actions from a distance. No, they meant literally. They can literally see me. Can you tell me what lies ahead? This path first leads to Cantopani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Cristantanti, but no single route is safe. Kakabad is a land of devils. And beyond Kare? I cannot see so far, he says, but once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. They say that day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun, and from Kare too, your progress will be watched. It is time to go. Striding away, you pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest on you and your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Great. Into Kahabad. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but they do not have the equipment it requires. Or you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. Stupid creatures, they pose no threat, so you ignore them. Keep walking. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamontani hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Cover my mouth. You cover your mouth with your neck scarf, but it does no good. You were warned of this. Was I? You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are here, but for the moment you must be very careful. Your maximum stamina has decreased. You can see the stamina on the top of the screen. If it reaches 0, you are too tired to carry on. I can eat rations, or by resting. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay, travel across country, or... Oh, I need to... I should figure out how to set up the thing that lets me, like, have people pick out the directions I go. On Twitch, I gotta figure out how to set that up. Later, not for this stream. There's no way that I can do that for this one. Oh, everybody, we've got fucks. Don't know what that means still. The tippy-tappy percentage thing. Yeah, that thing. Okay. In the meantime, travel cross country. Yes. The path through Kentapani is long and winding, and you will lose a day. Instead, you turn off the path and strike north through knee-high grass. The journey starts with a stiff climb that takes several hours, but from the top you have a good view of the plain of yellow grass, and just to the north of that, a little village of rude huts that do not look like human dwellings. To the left, a gigantic wall looms, throwing shadows that lap at your feet. Look back at the wall. Casting a glance at its height, you see a familiar figure with his arm raised. He can see you, of course, and he is standing on the battlement so that he can watch your progress. Time to strike on, then. The wind whispers through the long grass, beckoning you onwards. But there might be rats or worse in those fields, so you might be safer cutting across to the river and following the bank. Let's go over here to the river bank. You crest the rise, heading roughly north towards the riverbank, where you should be able to pick a path once more and make faster progress. As you head down the hillside towards the riverbank, you spy movement in the distance. Something is happening at the water's edge. We'll just wait and watch. You stop where you are and strain your eyes to look. Figures, men, but they move too fast, floating across the riverbank like sheets snapping in the breeze. Let's watch a little more. You wait a little longer until you are quite sure the creatures are floating and moving through the air, but they seem harmless enough. Your guess is that they're fishing. Oh. What are you guys? There's some silly guys? You begin to make your way... down the hillside. The grass gives out and turns into a scree, and gravel into the occasional patch of sharp gorse that tugs and snags at your tunic. There's barely earth, just sheer rock. This place is thinly disguised wasteland. Then, suddenly, your foot slips, and you lose your balance. Beneath your feet, the slope has turned into a steep drop, and you are sliding down it. You only have seconds to decide what to do. Spell. What was the spell what was the spell? There was a spell for falling. There was a spell for, like, what was it? Oh my god. It wasn't zap. It was something else. It was, like, we saw it in the fucking book. You can check the book. I can? Oh, okay, I still have time. Zip, whap, kid, yen. No, it was earlier in the book. Back. Wait. Oh, it's fall. Fall. I love this little animation. F A L. You cast the enchantment quickly and feel it work as you rise an inch or so from the painful gravel below. You are still falling, but much more slowly, and indeed when you land by the riverbank, it is a cushioned, gentle thump. But the noise of your fall has attracted the attention of the creatures by the water. Two of them are now on either side of you, long string-like swords drawn. Their heads are cocked a little to one side. One of them steps forward and speaks in the common tongue. "What are you, careless creature?" Am I intimidating or I'm nobody? The creature laughs. For nobody, you make quite a lot of noise. I thought you were going to bring the mountain down around us. Haha, we're all having fun here. I'm lucky I'm still alive. You see, I've seen luckier, the creature replies, its voice still waspish and cruel. Haha, alright, we're cool. I need to get going. And make to step away, but they close up in front of you. The leader draws a second sword from his belt. This valley belongs to the Elven, he says. Fools and traveling players are not welcome by our river. You would put us in danger. I'm not trying to hurt you. Harm? What do you know of harm? The creature replies hotly. Have you lived to see your village overrun by goblins? Have you worked to turn your homes into death traps to catch marauders? We Elven are creatures of sunlight, moved into shade by the weakness of your king, Alalander. The king who lost the crown, and we will suffer for it. I'm going to go recover that crown. Dickhead. Oh! Look at this guy. Look at this nerd. The creature flashes those twin blades. There's no time for magic. Very well then, you will face him in combat! I'm going to... Oh, I don't have a lot of stamina on me. Defend. Now I will teach you why the Elven have such a fearsome reputation. The creature declares. Gliding forward, he keeps one sword across from him while the other whips out. You drop into a defensive crouch. You are safe. Let's do something middling. Ooh! Enough of this. You power a heavy blow at his chest, but he has enough balance to turn and deflect most of the force of the blow. The Elven is badly bruised. His two swords part a little, opening like alligator's jaws. I'm going to guess that he is about to attack me. Yes. You drop back into the rocks, raising your swords to protect your body. With impish arrogance, the Elven tries to slice your head from your shoulders. You flick his blade away. The blow does a little harm. He glides a little way up into the air. Let's try a bigger one. Fuck. You dickhead. You feel a bloodlust upon you. Splashing forward through the shallows, you ready a heavy swing, good to cleave him in two, but he glides back until he is above the middle of the river. You stagger and stumble below your depth before you realize, and the monster laughs. But still you've drawn a little of his blood. The Elven gasps, then giggles maniacally. You see blood trickling from under his mail shirt. He readies his two swords. I'm going to attack him even more. Dickhead. You show no mercy. You leap forward, cutting down through the air. The Elven gasps his last as you run him through. 2 stamina lost. Competent combat. Nice. As you wipe your sword on the tunic of the dead creature, you see the second creature gesturing to something behind you. Wait, weren't there 3 creatures by the riverbank before? Oh my god! No, captured. Still halfway between sleeping and waking, you feel the presence of your spirit, the whale. Close nearby, its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but it's still swimming beside you. In the temple they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, even save you from certain death. A prayer now could perhaps be wise, but the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. You can ask for a spirit's aid using the prayer button. Where am I? You are tied up on the floor of a hut, and you are not alone. Nearby you hear the scuffle of many feet. Listen. Keeping your eyes closed, you listen carefully. The sound is familiar enough. Elven voices. This could be trouble. Open my eyes. You flip open your eyes, taking care to lie still, and you see your belongings lying a short distance away in the dirt. Around you patter tiny feet, and a few more feet hover a few inches in the air above the ground. Just wait. The guard, noticing you are awake, leans out of the doorway and calls sharply. Soon a small crowd is gathered around you. Ew. Whoa. These guys are fucked up. One, evidently some kind of leader, floats over to you and plants a blow in your stomach. Is that really going to do a lot? Look at them. They're so silly. That is for a kinsman, he chitters. He was a fool to provoke you, but you could have scolded him. You did not need to kill him. He would have killed me. The elven looks at you hard and serious. I do not think he could have possibly killed you, but he would have tried until you stopped him. Okay, how the fuck was I supposed to know? He makes a gesture to the other elven, who approach you tense, expecting blows, but instead they open your pack and begin to sift through the contents. We take the price of our man, the chief declares. We are creatures of joy and mischief, but today we will do nothing but trade. I'll trade with you, but yeah, you should untie me first. The chief shakes his head. I do not think that we can trust you. We can trust to your mercy, can we? What? Okay. The elven root through your things with brutal efficiency, taking what they fancy and tossing the rest back at you. Then they pick you up and carry you out of the village, leaving you in a pile on the side of the path like a sack of waste. You call after them, asking what they will have, asking that they at least free you so you can walk. Almost as an afterthought, one returns with a bared knife. For a moment, he holds it near your throat, then slices the bonds around your arms, and then he turns and runs off into the trees. Get up. You stand slowly, battered and bruised. You rub the blood back into your veins. Then finally you look around through your pack. Your provisions have been taken, and all your gold has gone. Well, I only took half anyway, so. Still, there are small mercies. You have your neck. Shouldering your pack, you start to walk once more. I would like to revenge, please. Is revenge an option? I'd like to do some revenging. I'd like to revenge myself upon these villainous foes. Okay, well, fuck. You hurry away before this from the scene of your humiliation. Come on! What's wrong with you people? And reach the river once more. But now the path goes across it. Beyond, you can see a long, wide track with trees lining the left-hand edge and a wide field of long grass on the right. In the far distance, a curl of smoke indicates a village. The evening is beginning to draw in. It would be good to reach town before light is gone. Test the bridge. Before crossing, you make sure to test the guy ropes of the bridge to ensure it is sound. But it seems safe enough. Satisfied, you make your way across the boards. In the middle of the bridge, a man stops you. Halt! This is my bridge, and to cross, you must pay the toll. For what? For what? You look over the aged guy ropes. The warped bards. Why did I say it like that? The warped bards. What is there to pay for? Do you think these bridges build themselves? Do you think it's easy living out here? An outcast from Christianity? Christanti? Christatanti. I'm gonna go with that. Christatanti. Trying to feed my children when barely anyone makes these paths anyways? Now that you look, the man looks quite unwell. The toll is just 1 gold piece. It's very reasonable. I don't have any gold. He pulls a face and then stands up straight suddenly. Oh, you don't? Oh, well then, never mind then. Have a good day, stranger. And with that, he strides away, whistling. You head off down the bridge and back onto the path, none the wiser. You have a long way still to travel today. Oh. Okay. Cool. Alright, great. Dudes rock, I guess. Well, well, best be hitting that dusty road. Oh. The path continues along the side of a line of trees. Suddenly an acorn lands on your head and you hear a tittering from overhead. The gorilla grant you strength, more elven in the trees, hurling ape strong together. They're just, okay. They're not vicious, they're just mischievous. So I'm just gonna walk on by. You're pelted by more and more acorns, as well as some sticks and branches, and you break into a run. Soon you were out of reach of the annoying creatures. Yeah, they're just annoying. We're gonna approach Chrysanthemum. The sun is now past its zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You are worn out, almost to the point of physical collapse. You need food and rest, and no more trouble. Today has been too punishing already. Yeah, I got beat up. I got kidnapped about 20 seconds. Okay, so let me just explain how my day has gone so far. The sergeant of the Watchmasters, or whatever the fuck those guys were called, is like, okay, great hero, it's time for you to go out onto your journey to save us and all of Analand. And I go, all right, King. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go do that. I walk out into the woods and I tumble down a hill and then I get beat up and kidnapped. And the guy is on the wall and he's watching all of this happen. He's got his binoculars and he's going, oh God. Look out, he's right behind you! Fuck, we lost another adventure. Spool up another one, folks! We've lost another one! You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night sleeping out in the open would be best avoided, but then you see a small village set into the hill. Yeah, let's go. You continue your slow trudge along the path. I unfortunately have no money. You walk into the village, young hill dwellers pass you and stare at your strange clothing. You nod back respectfully. Look at the people. Their own attire is rough by comparison to your gear. They wear their hair long but piled up on their heads. These people are ghastly poor. Their village is like a ghost town here on the knife edge of the backlands. I don't have any money for the alehouse, so let's go talk at the inn real quickly. Oh, whoa, yeah, they weren't whoa, ghastly was the right word. Okay. Walking down a single road, you quickly find a hut with its front covering pulled wide open and the smell of brewed beer coming from inside. You go in. Several hill dwellers are here, talking gruffly. When you enter, they watch you with understandable caution. The owner of the hut comes over to you. Welcome to Chrysanthemum, he declares. What do you want? You push past the... I didn't mean to push past him. I meant to do something else entirely. Well, too late now. God alive, those things are truly ghastly. Ale is 1 gold piece, calls the owner from behind you, before going to get you a mug. I didn't ask for any. Talk to the oldest man. Talk to the oldest man. You turn your attention to the oldest man at the table. Whatever face he once had is lost in a labyrinth of wrinkles, and his skin is the color of a tanned hide from a lifetime in the beating sun. Greetings, old man. Stranger. His face is gravelly like the dusty dirt that lines the streets of his town. Where are you from? Oh, sorry. Where are you from? I come from Analand. He nods. I'm ready across to the Cantopani Gate, in either direction, if you know what I'm saying. I understand you. He grins and picks his teeth with a fingernail. They say there's war coming. Something to do with a crown. I seek that crown. Is that so? Well, from what I hear, you got a long journey to go and find it. I hear the birdman took it all the way to Mampang. You're very well informed. I should be, if I knew where the backlands Mampang was. But I don't know much outside my own town's hilltop. You sip your beer. The old man exchanges glances with the younger man sitting opposite. I'm glad you know what he's saying because the voice you're doing is fucking unintelligible. Yeah, that's... oh, sorry. Does this man look like he's fucking intelligible? You can read. If you want to know what this character says, you'll have to experience the beauty of reading. No, you nailed it, but you should be shot dead. Yeah, but that's unrelated. I'm trying to play Candy Crush. What? Are you 100? Are you as old as this old man? You're playing Candy Crush? You, what? You ancient old goat, what's wrong with you? Let me talk to this young man. You thank him for his conversation. You're welcome, Whippersnapper. I love the young people. I love the young people. You catch the young man's eye, and he moves over to the right. He moves over to right beside you, close enough to whisper in your ear, but you don't quite catch what he says. If I was playing a guy character, I would take that definitely as he was trying to cruise me. I didn't think you were reading anything. I thought you were just making sounds. Got so high last night, started listening to jazz and installed and played 40 levels of Candy Crush. What is up with you? What is up with your brain? Oh, this guy whispers something, but you don't quite catch what he says. He goes, repeat that? The man giggles to himself unexpectedly, leaning in again so close you can smell the fumes on his breath. He declares, Schnatterkatch. And then he collapses in a fit of giggles once more. Whatever the joke is, you cannot see it. Tell me about your village. The man nods twice, then drinks deeply from his beer to wet his throat, or perhaps not, because as he puts the mug down once more, he says nothing, just fidgets with his fingers and occasionally grins in your direction. Hey, what's up with this guy? Oh, don't worry about him. He just got super high last night and downloaded 40 levels of Candy Crush. He's still working it off. You catch a woman's arm nearby. What's up with this guy? She shrugs, slipping free of your grasp. Every village has one. Doesn't mean we're all like that. Good stock we are. And she flutters her eyelids. Is she flirting with me? She's going... You get back to your feet. The young man giggles to himself, but does not attempt to stop you. I'm gonna finish my beer and leave. I didn't want to buy a beer. I didn't want to fight him. No, this was not my path. There's no time to draw your sword or launch a fireball. Your fists will have to do. Okay. Well, I'm about to beat this old bitch. Oh my god, this is going so poorly for me already. Fuck. Time you learned some manners, the innkeeper declares as he lunges for you. You dodge sideways and kick him in the midriff. You shake your head to clear the fog. The innkeeper feints left. Enough of this. Hurrying forward quickly, you aim to break his skull. He ducks quickly to one side. You swing like a blacksmith, he growls. The innkeeper rubs his arm ruefully. He beckons to you. Oh. You split his lip once more, and you aim to do it again. Picking up a bottle, you smash it across the innkeeper's face. The old man's guard is down. He is badly bruised. He dodges right. Again. The innkeeper spits blood onto the dusty ground. You'd do better if you didn't tell me your every move with your eyes. I'm going to block. Yeah, there we go. Alright. We're gonna go for it this time. Fuck! Alright, we gotta fucking bash this old fucker's skull in. Yes! Strong slugging! You launch at him again. You launch a heavy punch for his throat, then you land a hit on his chin. The innkeeper spins around once and falls to the ground, clean unconscious. Nice! The innkeeper lies down in the dirt and stays there. You dust yourself off, take a jug of ale from the bar, and drain it to refresh yourself a little. And then you nod to the crowd and leave. It's time to find a place to sleep. I think I have... I think I have abused my welcome. I'm going outside. I'm going to go sleep outside. The cover of the forest is dark, and the ground is thick with fallen branches, mud, and briar. You walk for nearly an hour more, and then you pass a large tree atop a great fist of curling roots. It's the perfect spot to sleep. You have nothing to eat. You settle down to sleep, but it will not be an uninterrupted night. Out here under the stars, surrounded by beasts, you will still feel a little better for it. Your last thoughts are of food. You've not eaten today, but you cannot march forever on an empty stomach. You will achieve nothing but feeding the wolves. Sleep. Your dreams are vivid. You feel yourself tied up, surrounded by snickering faces. Thin creatures with long fingers are picking at your pockets and stitching of your clothing. You feel magic boiling inside you, but it cannot be released. Meanwhile, the food in your bag is rotting, wet through from the sweat of your back, and in the distance a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel fingers of one hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, and with the other he beckons you forward as if into a trap. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna pray. Your spirit is the whale. A slow, careful creature of great wisdom and deep honor, the whale moves through dark, deep places but leaves barely a ripple on the surface. Yeah. Okay, that's really good for me. You not received some help for some time. You were on your own. That's super cool of me. That's super cool. You awake early and sit for a moment, in no great hurry to leave this place where you have lingered so long. This is now the third day of your journey, and the muscles in your legs are feeling lean and strong from so much walking. You spend a short while enjoying the peace, and then unhurriedly collect your possessions and set off along the path. What possessions? Christianity is surrounded by several miles of fields. It sits in well-protected rings of hills and is close enough to the river to be reasonably prosperous. As you follow the path between lines of sun-baked crops, you come to the fork in the road. The right-hand way leads past a set of outbuildings, but the left leads directly off into the deep woodland. I'm sorry. Am I going insane? Are my eyes shifting backwards and forwards in my head, or is this text off its tits? Well, my interactions with human civilization have not been going super well. Perfectly normal. No, the text is all, like, wobbly. The kerning's all crazy on it. Like, look at this. It's like it's smudged. Your journey is too important to slow down by talking to locals. You must pass unseen, and so you disappear into the jungle of tall trees. For a short while, the sun is feverish, and then you are between the trees once more, and everything becomes cool and still. You walk for several hours uneventfully. This is land that was never settled or explored, and very few travel this way. In places, bushes and shrubs have grown over onto the path. I don't know how I know that. I don't know how I know anything. I woke up yesterday. I woke up yesterday for the first time. Every day I fall asleep and I wake up a different person, new and fresh in this body. My mind untapped, a wellspring that will flow into nothing and nowhere. I should get tested for silly eyes. Yeah, I should. F. I'm just gonna move cautiously. You pick your way carefully forward, moving slowly but silently between the trees. If there are any beasts nearby, you should be able to wring their necks without them hearing you approach. Then you come to a fork in the road, still deep in the forest. Let's go to the fork. Let's go to the fork. Someone has thought to make a sign, perhaps a guide or perhaps a warning. The way to the right is marked for, Dumpus. The left points to Aliana. Neither way seems the better trod. You will have to choose. Let's go to Aliana. The path winds between trees that get greener and more lush. You must be close to the river here, although you cannot hear the water. After about half an hour's walk through the dappled shade, you come across a well-built hut. Flowers decorate its walls, and the door has been painted with ornate designs. Knock on the door. Let's scout around. You perform a swift circuit around the hut, but you find nothing unusual or concerning. It seems to be what it is, a hut, set by itself deep in the forest. But for someone to survive out here on their own, surrounded by beasts of the jungle, they must be quite powerful. Let's open the door. You open the door and stride inside. We're working off of fantasy rules. You're allowed to walk into someone's house. The hut is neatly laid out. You detect the touch of a fastidious woman. Chairs are set around... A woman? Why does it have to be a woman? Why can't it be a fastidious and clean man? Misandry strikes again! Chairs are set around a table, as if for guests. A mattress lies in one corner, and a large kitchen area indicates that whoever lives here, they are fond of cooking. Hello? Anyone there? To your surprise, a voice answers quickly. Who's there? Who's that? Let's locate the speaker. Looking into a corner hidden by a large cupboard, you see a cage in which a young woman is imprisoned. Good stranger, let me out of this cage, I beg you. The way you said that makes me want to hate crime you. You probably only want to hate crime me. You probably only feel comfortable saying that to me because I'm a man. No, I see how the double standard works. Okay. Let me out of this cage, I beg you. Should I be like, what happened? I've been locked up here for 2 days. It was Elvins that did it. Those mischievous, prankful Elvins. Please, you must help me. I have not eaten, and they have left me in here where I can see all of my cooking things but cannot reach them. You're on thin ice, Gaby. Gabo. My favorite Valve developer, Gabo. I'm sorry, hold on. Elves locked this woman up. Elves locked this woman up in a cage in her own house that she just has. Women be out here lying? Women be out here telling lies? I'll help you. It's locked, of course. What's the lock breaking spell? Oh. How? Sus. Oh, it's literally sus. Stop. Do I have an S available to me? What, what other spells could I possibly cast in this situation? Dop? Or a spell starting with R? R... A... Raz? Why would I do that? And then Z... Z... No, I can just use Dop. I can just use Dop to open up the lock. But I could also use... Well, there's another spell I could use as well. Well, I could... Well... Well, I could... Well... Well... Zap! No. I don't trust this woman. I don't trust this woman. Would it be evil of me to murder this woman with an electric cage and then steal all of her food and then sleep in her house? Because I don't trust her, you know? It's all up to you. Yeah, I know, but I need you to justify my bad behavior morally. Zap. Zap. Well, if the people demand it. You summon the spell and point to the lock. The woman must know some magic as she realizes what you're doing. Wait, she screams, don't! You ignore her stations of fire, the lightning bolt. It doesn't smash open the lock, but it does electrify the metal of the cage. When the smoke clears, the cage is empty, but for a smattering of ash, a heavy silence descends. Oh. Well, we'll just take everything. Well, the good news is that I have some gold now, so I can go buy some rations at the store. That's so fucked up of you. I didn't trust that woman who was locked up in a cage in her own house by elves, allegedly. Oh, I guess the elves did kidnap me. Like, the first thing that they did was tie me up and kidnap me and then steal my stuff. So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to do that. In fact, that would be very much within their wheelhouse. Well, what's done is done. Oh. Oh well. You walk for several hours, following the twists and turns of the path through the trees, and then suddenly you stop. You've heard a noise up ahead. Something is moving between the rocks at the edge of the path. You're gonna wait and look. You hang back, watching the trees. There's definitely something moving around, something long and large, with a tail that whips between the trees, but now that you've seen it, you're at a definite advantage. We're gonna cast a spell. I've got an idea. I've got an idea of what we can cast. It's a pretty effective spell. Okay, let's see what other options we have. We have, what? Dawes causes slowness. What about the faint? What about law? Controls non-intelligent creatures. Well, I don't know if this creature's intelligent or not. What about Dawes? I did that one already. What about Dop? That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do nothing. Paz. Paz doesn't do anything. Dog. No G's, rigged. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the old classic. Oh wait, hold on a second. What else could we? It's zip. Unknown. Don't we have It's alphabetical, isn't it? Zed. What? I know what zip does. Oh wait, there it is. Zip, but it requires a green ring. This spell enables the caster to teleport. Short distance transportation can occur through soft materials such as wood and clay, but not through stone or metal. This requires the green metal from Kragan rock that is somewhat unreliable and can have... But it is somewhat unreliable and can have disastrous results. That seems bad. We're going to cast a spell. We're going to cast that great spell that everyone loves, and that's known as... Zap! You cast the spell and point to the beast, unleashing an electric bolt deep into its fur. It is a rat bear. You have wounded it badly, but not quite done yet. It's still coming for you with the last of its strength. Broke the fucking yoke. Are you describing something that's happened in your life? Or are you saying, or is that like an encouraging phrase that you've given me? Yeah. Okay, I see. I see how it is. If it's coming at me with the last of its strength, I need to be prepared with a powerful counterattack. Oh, thank God. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. No stamina loss. Flawless fighting. I fucking went zap! And then I went whoop! Broke the fucking yoke. Broke the fucking yoke on this boy. The rat bear advances at speed, running on all fours with its vicious tail poised to strike. You will not be intimidated by an overgrown rodent. You plant your feet and ready a mighty sword swing, and then your sword slips between the creature's ribs and drives deep into its putrid heart. The rat bear squeals and falls to the ground, face down in the mud. Zap! Alright, great. Off we're approaching Dumfus. The path winds a few more times around gigantic trees, thousands of years old, and then emerges onto a sudden plain, as if the forest had been scooped away by a giant hand. A river trickles thinly between short grasses, and by its bank stands a tiny village. I typed zap into RuneScape while fishing by accident, now everyone fears me. He just broke that guy's fucking yoke. He just broke the... we're gonna go into the village, and we're not gonna get into a fight this time because I didn't pay for a beer. Today has been punishing, Has it been that punishing? I think it's been pretty, let's say, fruitful. Overall. For me. For me, certainly. For women in cages, it's been not a good... For women in cages and rat bears, I've done 2 different murders today. You follow the path down into the village, passing a sign which declares it to be Dumfus. What kind of fruit? What? What kind of fruit? What are you saying? Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. The streets are thin and narrow, and the buildings have been set close together as if trying to withstand a storm. There's a terrible smell hanging in the air. All in all, it seems like an unpleasant place. But nothing changes the fact that you desperately need shelter and rest. The day has been punishing, and you're almost too weak to stand. Honey, do these nuts fit in your mouth? God, I hate you. Let's talk to a villager. You pass along the main path through the village and pause outside a hut in which several of the hill dwellers are sitting and eating. They seem deep in discussion about something. Several are shaking their fists in the air. I hate everyone here. Yeah. Lifting back the canvas flap, you step inside. The hill dwellers stop talking immediately and look up at you. One gets to his feet and gestures you forward. I'm going to bow my head respectfully. You nod your head once to the man who returns the gesture. Then one of the others calls something in their native tongue and points at your side to where your sword hangs out below the hem of your cloak. In broken common tongue, the first man croaks, "No weapons." And he indicates a table by the door where you can leave your blade. What are you two up to? What are you two up to in chat right now? You two are freaking the fuck out. I'll remove my sword. I'll be nice. You unfasten your sword belt and leave it at the table. The hill dwellers nod to show their appreciation, and then beckon you to sit with them. Then they continue their conversation just as animatedly as before, speaking in a local tongue that you cannot follow. But as they talk, they pour you a drink and provide you with food. They seem quite welcoming. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna ask what they're discussing. After you finish eating... you catch one of their eye, the older man, and asks slowly in common tongue, "What is it you men are discussing so heatedly?" The man nods back to you. "Constantine. Arming the goblins." "I've been there." The men nod, but don't seem surprised. Slowly piece together the story. The group seem quite sure that a horde of goblins are planning an attack on Constantine, which apparently one of the wealthier spots on the hills. They're discussing whether or not it would be worth helping the village to defend itself, which might mean they might offer some kind of reward. You two are acting real crazy right now. You two are acting real fucking crazy right now. Well, let me see. Should we help the Chrysanthetians? Now, they did fucking beat me up for me stealing them from them. You killed every single person. Despite absolutely no effort on my part, I have not attempted to kill anyone in this game actively, except for the rat, and except for that woman, and except for that dude that I pushed out of the way and beat up and stole his beer, and that elf that I killed. But besides all 4 of those people, the only NPCs I have interacted with, I didn't kill the bridge guy. I haven't killed these guys yet. So if anything, I'm basically like a living saint. You stabbed a woman to death and no one suggested or wanted that. I don't remember it going like that. What is wrong with you? Zappin'! This is a genocide run. Let them fend for themselves. Maybe you appeal to Analand? The Analanders are weak. The evening draws to a close, and the men thank you for your counsel and leave, but one by one. Okay. Well, let's explore the town a little bit too while I'm out here. Is there any work to be... Oh, okay. Merchant's huts. Your 2 gold pieces is too little to afford anything, so you browse briefly. Any work to be done here? You look like you'd be a good worker. One of my friends needs some digging done. Sure, you feed you for it. Digging what? Does it matter? So... Am I about to get zapped myself? The camel is a creature of long legs and short sight, and he walks and walks without needing to see his destination on the horizon. A camel is self-sufficient and unflappable, but he rarely turns, not even when the sands beneath him give way. I cannot pray. There's nothing to pray to right now. I'll go dig a little bit. A stout man who's probably incapable of doing a spade, let alone digging with it. What is it you need doing? Cesspit, outback, needs digging. How much? How much money? 3 gold pieces. Sperry's outback, he replies with a jerk of his thumb. You walk through the man's house to his back garden. The smell is terrible. The job is not just to dig a new cesspit, but to dig over the old one. And it's going to be several hours worth of work. That'll probably take the whole night. You click the spade. Perhaps I have a spell that might be of assistance. What? Surely not. No, surely not. How would this be of assistance? How would this help in this instance? How could this help me? What could this do in this case? You can always cast it, but it isn't always right. Okay. What about B? I. G. Yeah, grow in size. You cast the spell and wait for it to take effect, but you feel the spade turn from a heavy tool into a mere toothpick in your hands. You have the digging done in barely any time. Nice! You go back to the house and collect your money. 3 gold pieces. The grateful house provides you some food, as well as space on the floor to rest for the remainder of the night. You settle down happily and are quickly asleep. Let's go! I did the right thing! Oh, I'm fucking rich, dude. I'm fucking rich with it. I'm rich with stamina and gold. You dream strange dreams as you sleep. Your thoughts are dominated by the strange woman in the hut. I don't remember any woman. In your mind, she's become younger than she truly was. Flowers seem to blossom from her hair as though she was grown from the earth herself. Overhead, you fancy you hear the flap of giant wings. The birdmen came for the crown. Perhaps this journey is finished. They will come for you. Yeah, the woman. Oh, I can pray. What does praying do? Pray for healing. I don't need to pray right now. I'll pray when I'm desperate. You rise early and dismiss the attentions of the householder and head out into the street. Within a few minutes of walking, you are out of Dumfus and back onto the road. After an hour or so, the way branches with one path heading up into the hills and the other turning downhill and along one side of a barren, stony ridge. Is that a village you can make out on the top of the hill? Seems like a lonely place for it. Janer Mines, abandoned. The bridge of Vancas. And then Bertanti. And then the crystal... Oh, the crystal waterfall. How beautiful. Let's go uphill. Oh, right. I have to actually drag. But you zapped to death? Shut up! The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb, and you are forced to rest several times. So far, you've been walking through the foothills. Now the journey has become more serious. When finally you reach the summit and can look out over the low plateau you have crested, you see the path runs through a small settlement of crudely fashioned huts. Oh. There are villagers out in the street talking and working. It seems like a happy, bustling place. It does? It does. It does? Is this the right image? Yeah, all of these happy, bustling people with their fucking grim expressions. Well, I'll approach. There seems no obvious danger. You approach along the path until you're close enough for the villagers to notice you. The effect is immediate. They begin to scurry inside their huts as if you were an army and not a lone traveler. You can't help but notice what a sorry bunch they are, squat and short and all limping strangely. Their bodies are thin and malnourished, and as they disappear through their doors, you notice some are missing limbs. Nope. Walk straight through the village. Something about it gives you the shivers. Yep, I'm out of here. Fuck, nope, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Bye. Bye. The place seems normal enough, but you cannot be sure. You take a side path out of the village, and as soon as one appears out onto the ridge. Keep going. Not gonna fucking look back. Yep, down the slope. Out of here. Fuck you guys. Fucking out of here. Nope, you guys are all fucking weirdos. I don't want to be here no more. I'm out of here. It's difficult to see the way ahead through the tree line, but you trust to the course, and eventually the path bursts out onto a narrow stone ledge. Bummer, that place seemed nice. Yeah, it seems super cool there. I loved how the villagers were all scared and how all of them were afraid and how some of them were missing limbs. That seems super normal and cool and super fun. Let's look left. A narrow ledge is formed by a splitting of the rock that leads all the way down to the misty valley floor. If there's a path up the other side, it is not clear from here. Look right. You're taken aback. Out of the mist that fills the valley, an impossibly wide bridge looms into view, as if it had only now fallen into place. It is made of planks and thick ropes and is suspended from the peak to peak on the other side. Who could have built such a marvel, and how long ago? Look at the bridge. You take a moment more, staring at the bridge. It forms a delicate curve across the valley, swaying very slightly in the wandering wind. But the more you look, the more it seems too perfect. Could such a bridge possibly exist, or is it a mere illusion, a trick to the incautious traveler? Then it is time to move on. Getting on your feet once more, you take a moment to find your balance before moving on. One slip here, and you will fall a long way down. Well, there's no way that it, there's no way that it could be a fake bridge, right? The bridge is worth looking at least. If it is sound, you'll be able to tell. If not, the other route will still be awaiting. As the ledge winds and weaves its way around the cliff, you reach the peak where the bridge is deeply anchored by an enormous stone foot. Besides this is a small, disheveled hut. Let's look at the hut. A small little shack. It's barely large enough to house a goblin, but someone has decorated it in a weird fashion with outlines of figures, tall and short and stocky, drawn in faded shades of wood and some in blood-red colored clouds. Actual bones protrude from the walls themselves as if formed part of the structure. Whatever lives in here may have force beyond the physical. Force beyond the physical. That's weird. That suggests to me that I can't zap this potential foe. Hello? There's no answer. Stranger still, however, hard you beat your fist, the knocking seems to make no noise, as if the wood were a cup of water and you were beating your knuckles against the surface. What is this suggesting? What is the game trying to tell me right now? Obviously this is weird, but I don't know how to connect this into action. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Go across the bridge. No matter. Hut's old and disheveled, probably empty. Setting your foot upon the bridge, you begin to make your way steadily across. Everything's fine. Halt, stranger! You see an ugly, hunchbacked creature who is sidled out of the hut door. Oh. 2 answers must you give to Van Cass. Oh, I like this dude, actually. Hold on a second. Take a look at these feet. What's up with that? Who's Van Cass? Oh. Me. I'm Van Cass. This is my bridge. It's the bridge of Van Cass. It's me. Why is he talking in third person like a dickhead? I'll give you your answers. Oh, fuck me. It's, Oh no. The creature chuckles and asks his first question. A sister I have, witch in captivity. She lives in the woods, so first to tell me, do you know of her friend of this cunning dame? And how is she known? Tell me, what is her name? Well, it's definitely Aliana. Your answer is correct and true. Now you must answer question 2. How is she doing? How does she fare? Can you show me where she is on a map? Hopefully she hasn't had anything to do with a zap. The answer is correct and... Die! The answer is Okay, so she was a witch though, so she was lying to me. She was lying to me about being a woman. So maybe I was valid to preemptively zap her. Maybe I'll be proven right. Maybe I'll get across the bridge and be like, thank God you never actually approached my witch sister. She would have eaten you. Hopefully somebody zapped her, and I would have been like, hopefully. Now you must answer question 2. Through villages 3 you have now passed. What was first, what was second, and what was last? Oh my god. Okay, so first was Kristen Tanti. And then the second was, Dumpus. I'm sorry, was it? Wait, isn't Bertanti and then... So that must be... So... Bertanti is ahead, so it has to be, It has to be Kentapani. What the creature does, you do not see, but a moment later you feel your foot sink through the bridge itself. You try to catch yourself on the ropes, but they are insubstantial air. There is nothing you can do to stop yourself. What's up with this guy? Your hand passes straight through the handle, so you cannot open the door. I guess just walk into the hut. Taking careful steps, you submerge one hand and then both. You feel nothing. It's like walking through a fog. And then you are gripped as if by steel manacles. The wood has returned as solid as stone. The door opens and the unassuming hunchback reemerges, blinking in the sunlight. He shakes his head and then seems to click his tongue. What problems you make with all your rage, a true great warrior acts their age. Apologize. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, but her skeleton will nicely this hovel adorn. Okay. You are hungry and wiped out with fear. You can no longer feel anything in your hands. You begin to wonder, will you starve to death or will you be eaten by some dangerous beast? Huh? I get eaten to death? Oh, great. Cool. That's super helpful. It didn't give me Uristanti as, like, an option when I was doing the riddles. I guess I had to go through the village. Well, fuck. I got 8 up? Damn. Damn. Okay. So I just have to rewind until I get to, like, a... Okay. Let's go back to Uristanti. If I can just rewind to whenever, I might as well go back to here. So I can learn the name of this fucking place. Just gonna stop and we're just gonna knock on a door. There is no reply. Another hut. From inside you hear the murmur of voices, so you enter. The hovel is tiny and poor with no furnishings of any kind. The woman lifts a shaking hand as if to hold you back. I cast a spell. Let's cast... Well, surely not. They wouldn't give me the option to do zap now. No, there's not even a Z. There's not even a Z to use. Let's do... Oh. Can't do that. Let's do... let's do... Dim causes stupidity. Let's do Doc. Or is that medicinal potion? Let's do Nif. Oh, I already did that one. I don't think I have an S to use for sus. No, I wanted a G. Give me a G, please. Gat. Gak. Well, I don't think magic is the answer here. I don't have any of, like, the reagents I need. What about... What was it? Foff? Well, that's not really helpful right now. I'm just gonna hold out my hand in friendship. He shuffles over nervously and grasps it with feeble strength. Are you magical, stranger? Are you not afraid of us? Why would I be afraid of you? Oh my god, you have the plague? What is wrong with these people? Why didn't you warn me? What was it? Rock. Of course, that's not the right one. G... Gak. No, that's fear. Was it... Nif? Why do I keep going back to Nif? No, that's gonna make them stupid. Doc, of course. Camel. Okay, well, I have stamina, at least. Oh my god. Ahead, down a steep slope, the next village is sprawled out before you, and from there... from here you can get to the sound of merry voices and shouting from the streets. It must be carnival. Looking around you hear a roaring noise and you make out a beautiful majestic waterfall plunging from a cliff into a great rock bowl. You watch for a few moments, marveling at how clear the water seems. Okay. If I can get to town... Oh great, I don't even know... I don't even need to go over that stupid fucking bridge. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between three peaks, is a village, and a quite large one at that, compared to the mournful spot you just passed through. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It might be night soon. Yeah, let's go to the village. And hear a lively chirping. You hop down to the boulder and make your way forward. Whip out my sword. Your arm rushes for your sword and pulls it clear. Something behind you leaps backwards. Hovering by your shoulder is a small creature the size of a bird, too small for your sword to cut. It's a childlike but very thin with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough. It even lands on your shoulder. Oh. Hello. Oh, it's like... Oh, God, it's like a little fairy thing. What are you? The creature does a backflip. I'm a Mini-Mite. Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. Cute. How fun. Literally me. I'll eat you if you try that again. I'll choke you if you do. The creature whips back. Tiny bones. What can you tell me about the village? Is it safe? That's Bearded Thani. It's very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of Shamunti Hills. Every traveler who comes this way spends at least one night there, so it's a little bit expensive, especially for mini-mites, but pleasant enough. Do they have... Why would it be expensive if you are so small? Oh, I guess money was harder to carry if you're little. Well, let's get going. You descend down the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are towering. Oh, I have the plague. Does this guy have the plague now? It's fine. It's fine. If this guy has a little bit of plague now because I have it, that's kind of his fault, isn't it? Oh, hi Maya. Welcome. I have just recently died, and I've also gotten the plague, so things are not going great. Me getting the plague is not an answer that Zap can solve, unfortunately. You continue along the path. The sound of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky. Here in the shade of the valley, and after so long on the dire road, the people in the village seem to be enjoying themselves. See, the Mini-Mite on your shoulder remarks. I told you it was a happy place. What's going on? Jen, what's going on here? Are they bewitched? No. How did we know this guy's name was Jan? Whatever. Jan shakes his head. No, if there was magic, believe me, I know. This is the Festival of the Young. What's that? Sounds to me like you gotta spread the plague as much as you can before you die again. You've got some good ideas. Kid, you're going places in this world. You got some great ideas, kid. I like the cut of your jib. Well, take a look. Jan waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year, the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It is a time of great fun and lots of pranks. Oh, it's always fucking pranks. It's always pranks. First it's the elves, and then it's that woman in the cage who's pranking me by lying to me and being not electric proof. And then it's the troll, and then it's the bats, and it's the guy that gave me the plague, and it's the villagers that don't talk to me, and it's everybody's pranks all the time. You zapped her. Yeah, but only because she said it would be funny. It quickly becomes obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings where you find a number of children sitting in the street drinking ale from deep mugs. Whoa. Further on, a young boy is holding a woman over his knee and spanking her. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside of a hut with a sign that reads Glandragor's Tavern. It is complete mayhem. She did not say that. She didn't say that. She said, oh, haha, wouldn't it be so silly and funny if you hit me with the electricity zap spell? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Excuse your whole ass is a bat. Oh, God, I don't know why that was so funny. Okay, I currently have 5 gold pieces. I have a sword. I have, a pouch of sand. I have my spell book. That's it. Let's go to the tavern. Oh, sorry. What was this? You see a thick-set man wiping mugs down with an old rag. Greetings, stranger. I'm Glandragor. Can I be helping you? How much is ale? Oh, I have no gold, though. Don't tell anyone I gave you that, but it's on the house. You look like you've been on the road for a while. You have no idea. I love to lie to men. It's my favorite thing to do. Da, da, da. Tell me about this village. Not much to say. What you see is what you get. This place keeps going because it's the only route between Kare and Cantapani. If one of the mountains falls or the river freezes over, then this place will be a desert in 2 weeks. I'm headed for Kare myself. Tell me about yourself, actually. Me? Why? I'm a normal enough fella. What you see is what you get. That's what I always say. Alright, cool. It will be a dessert in 2 weeks. Ooh, delicious. I'm glad to be out of the hills. Well, my friend, if you found the hills to be a challenge, then Kari may well be the death of you. Now, there is a city of thieves if ever there was one. Oh, God. I have my magic. Then you'd better lose that thing. The tiny creature rolls over uneasily. He seems to be ill. Huh. You seem to be passing Torapani, I suppose. The Sphins in Torapani are normally a merry lot, but they're pretty depressed at the moment. There's a real gloom about the place. What's the matter with them? Oh, well, he thinks for a moment, then waves away whatever was on the tip of the tongue. I'm sure it's nothing to concern you. From the counter, Jan issues a loud burp. He's been sipping ale from puddles on the bar top and is now quite drunk. Wake him. You poke the little creature, who clambers boozily up your finger and then topples off onto the floor. Leave him there. I'll pick him up and put him in a mug. Wobblingly back onto your shoulder. I love you. He whispers into your ear. Okay. I do love this guy. Why did he say to get rid of him if I use magic? You head out of the tavern and turn a corner to find a group of girls standing by a signpost pointing at the crystal waterfall. They are tripping up their elders as they pass and giggling. Ask them about the waterfall. Do you want the answer, or are you just asking? I'm just asking aloud. I don't want to know the answer. You stop by the group and ask them about the waterfall, but they're too distracted by Jan, whom they delight in poking, tickling, or generally cooing over. After a few minutes of asking about the waterfall, you give up and walk away. One of the girls calls, "Come back!" Another shouts, "The water is good for you." Jan sighs, already missing the attention, but comes back to rest on your shoulder. You lead the girls to their snickering. Let's find an inn. I would love room and board, please. 9 gold pieces? Jesus, how much for a room? 5 gold pieces? Fuck you, we camp outside. You make your way out of the village and into a stand of tall, dry trees. Under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides, between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down to rest. Jan perches a little way above the knot and is quickly asleep. You are tired enough to follow suit, but hungry from not having eaten. I'm going to settle down for the night. Oh my god. Fuck them kids. Perhaps a few hours pass when you wake suddenly, a shadow moving between the tree trunks. It sniffs the air. A wolfhound. I know how to deal with this. Well, hold on. Law. Control non-intelligent creatures. I mean, at this point, it would be... do I even have the option? Okay, no, I don't have a Z, so I literally can't do that. What about B, I, G? Okay, that just makes me bigger. J, I, Jig? Causes a lively dancing, but it requires a bamboo flute. Okay, let's go for law. Law. The wolf hand wheels around. You must defend yourself against him. That's weird. Okay. Well, I'm going to attack him. Ha, bitch! That's weird. This thing is, like, smart? Okay, we're gonna defend. Oh, yeah! Oh, you stupid bitch! The wolfhound crouches low, then springs for your throat. You hurry backwards, stumble, and roll away as the creature lands deep into the blade of your sword. The wolf howls with rage and fury as the wolfhound weakly opens its jaws to bite. You plunge your blade between its teeth and all the way down to its heart. The wolfhound growls a gurgling, blood-soaked sound, and then it dies. No stamina lost. Flawless fighting. Okay. Your dreams are full of plagued victims, their faces raw with boils and streaming sores. Cool. Wow, yuck. You rise early from your spot beneath the tree. As you gather your things, Jan leaps up from onto your shoulder. Ready to go? Oh, sorry. Ready to go? He chirps. You rejoin the path on the far side of Biratanti. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you reach Torapani today, the last village in the Shamuntanti Hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and downhill to the right. What does Jan think? To the right is forest. To the left is the going is easier. The path heads through a field of black flowers to Torapani. What else do you know? Nothing. That's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for advice, you know. Well, I want to go right because I want to go to the waterfall. Then be on your guard. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills, where the trees are thin and the view west goes on forever. And sometimes you catch glimpses of Kare on the northern horizon. With nothing to eat, you keep on walking into the early afternoon. Jan is in a talkative mood over the worst of his headache from last night's drinking and fills the air around with his chatter about what he can see and how things smell and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Kare. Is there his... Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You pass from the open hillside, and suddenly Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear. Stop! Stop now! Why? Because something Something is following us. Something is moving behind the trees. A moment later, a point of steel emerges from the darkness between and touches your neck. Answer? I see nothing. You are quite safe. Who is there? Oh. There is no reply, but a tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, not seen in a moment before, even though he had been a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar. Cast a spell! I know what spell to cast. It's my favorite spell. Z-A-P. Let's go! You cast a spell, but nothing results. Fuck! You stupid bitch. Oh, fuck! That was almost really bad for me. The assassin bows to you, taps 2 fingers against his chest, and then takes his position. You measure the weight of your sword and then bring it up to deliver a cleaving blow. The assassin responds with a swing of dance-like grace and deceptive force. The air itself sings as the blade comes home, but he has underestimated you, and your own blow swipes his aside. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, he declares, his voice as cold as polished marble. You will not hold it from me. Okay, I will be defending myself against your vicious attack. You drop yourself into a crouch as he tries a deep slice, but you roll out of the way, mostly unhurt. The assassin he spins his sword about to shift the sword across his body. We'll do like a weak attack, because I don't think he's going to attack. Yeah, that's good. Time to attack. You sting with your blade low and fast, saving your energy, but the blow you land is only minor because the assassin has adjusted his stance swiftly. He swivels his grip. The weapon sings as it moves. Defend. A full attack, please. Ah, fuck. Yo, wait, no, that was great! Acting quickly, you rush forward with a deep, heavy slash. He's off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you so choose, but if you do me an honor and use my own blade. Finish him and search his body. Bye, bitch. With a single blow, you finish the assassin. He dies with his lips pursed in silent prayer, not cursing you, but commanding his own soul to a better place. 3 gold pieces. Ugh. Okay. He said duty. Shut up. Be silent. You realize the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set splayed struts like an insect straddling the watercourse. A few paces from the front of the house, the water plunges over the edge into the cliff and disappears. Hello? Oh, come over here, sweetie. Yeah, I'll come over here. I can't imagine anything would go wrong for me if that were to happen. Oh, sure. I'd love to go inside. Oh, look at her. She looks sweet. I'll bring us some tea. Let me make some conversation. What's your name? They call me Gaza Moon. I used to be quite well known in my way. You nod, but you never heard of her. Why do you live alone? Are you so miserable? Oh. This is a beautiful place. This is a beautiful place. This is the top of Crystal Waterfall. The river runs straight under my house. They say it carries all of my goodness and youth away while I sleep, and the villagers bathe in it for luck. She giggles meanly. I'm sure it isn't quite true. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching her arm before the cup reaches your lips. Oh, I've forgotten the pot. Switch cups with her. What's happening? Oh my god, come on! Please release me. The woman begins to search through your bag. I am getting fucking... Oh my god. And he'll find himself elsewhere? Oh, so her magic still works. Mine doesn't, though. It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and below you is the village of Torapani. Slung from one side of the valley to the next is like a flood barrier. Is that dog barking in real life, or is that a dog in the game? It's a game dog. It's a game dog that I'm hearing. Dude, this game's fucking brutal. When I've done nothing wrong in my whole life. Let me just ask for a little bit of healing from the camel, from the great camel. Okay. I am gonna call it here for tonight. This game's fun. This is cool. This is cool. I mean, it's basically just... I mean, it really is just like a choose-your-own-adventure book. 10-hour stream when I have 10 hours to spare. So never. Yeah, I'll do a 10-hour stream when I start getting paid for streaming. Sleep less. I'm trying to. I'm fucking trying to. I have to sleep so much because I love sleeping. This is super fun. I'm clapping my hands and I'm going, yay! Yay! I'm doing that. Yay! The urge that I have though constantly to reset things when they go wrong in this game is like utterly overwhelming. I fucking feel like I need to like anything bad happens to me at all and I'm like, no, actually it didn't. Yeah, it's hard not to. I mean, it's literally like holding your finger on the previous page when on a choose your own adventure book. That's what these come from, apparently. I've looked it up. Or I didn't look it up. I think it's just in its description. Like, they're like, these used to be like, it's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, like, you can play games any way you want. It's never illegal, unless it's illegal. In which case, it's not allowed. And even then, sometimes it's allowed. I'm gonna use that if I die. I'm just gonna use it if I die. And that's it. Cause like, if I die, then the game is over. So I can't play anymore after that. If I die, then the game stops happening. But if I rewind, then the game continues for a little bit. And I'll even accept bad consequences if they happen, like me getting the fucking plague, which I still have and have not found a way to cure yet. If I get a potion, if I get some kind of medicinal potion, then I can use my magic spells just to heal myself. So I should be fine from that. But oh my god, is it bad? Is it bad for me out here on account of the plague or whatever? Anyways, I'm gonna go drink some kind of potion of falling asleep, and then I'm going to... You can't use magic. I'm gonna get rid of that fucking bug. I'm gonna get rid of that bug. That great and mighty bug named Jan. I should have just assumed that that's what he did based on how the innkeeper talked about him, but it's whatever. It's fine. This is fun. This was a good suggestion. Good job, Rhiannon. I'm going to bed now. Goodbye. Why do I keep doing that? Why do I keep doing that instead of just ending this stream? Oh, peace cutely? You were so fucked up and evil. Alright, goodbye.